Greetings, my dear friends. Today I continue our journey through ancient cosmologies. We have already spoken about Hinduism with its infinite cycles and Mount Meru, about Buddhism with its 6 realms and 3 spheres, about Inca cosmology with its 3 worlds, Hananpacha, K-Pacha, and Uku-Pacha, about Maya cosmology with their calendars and the 5th sun. Today I want to turn to the oldest known civilization, to those who first recorded their knowledge on clay tablets, to the Sumerians. This is Dreamweaver Mystics, as always. And let me say right away, everything you are about to hear is only my thoughts and guesses. I do not claim to know the truth. I simply collect stories, compare them, and wonder. The Sumerians appeared in the territory of modern-day Iraq about 6,000 years ago. They invented writing, the wheel, irrigation, mathematics, and astronomy. They created the first cities, the first laws, the first schools. But most importantly, they left behind thousands of clay tablets. On them are recorded myths, legends, hymns, and most significantly, their understanding of how the cosmos is structured. When European archaeologists in the 19th century began deciphering cuneiform, they were astonished. The Sumerians knew things about the planets that we only rediscovered with telescopes. They knew that the planets revolve around the sun. They knew that the sun is the center of the system. They knew about the existence of Uranus, Neptune, and possibly another planet, Nibiru. They knew that the Earth is round. They knew that a year lasts 365.25 days. They knew that a day has 24 hours. Where did this knowledge come from? How could a people without telescopes possess such precise astronomical data? A question science cannot answer. At the center of Sumerian cosmology is the goddess Ki, Earth, and the god An, Heaven. In the beginning, according to Sumerian myths, heaven and earth were one. They formed a single giant mountain, whose base was the earth, and whose peak was the sky. From this union, all the other gods were born, the Anunnaki. Those who from heaven came. There were many of them, but a few were chief. Anu, the supreme god of heaven. He lived far away, at the very top. He was rarely depicted. He was rarely addressed. He was too distant, too great, too divine. His word was law, but he did not interfere in the affairs of humans. Enlil, the god of air and wind. He was second in importance. He was the one who separated heaven and earth. He was the one who created the hoe so that humans could cultivate the land. He gave humanity civilization, but he also sent the flood when humans became too noisy. Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and magic. He was the creator of humans. He fashioned them from clay mixed with the blood of a slain god. He was clever, kind, and always protected humans from the wrath of other gods. He gave humanity knowledge, art, and crafts. Inanna, the goddess of love, war, and fertility. She was ambitious, passionate, and dangerous. She descended into the underworld to expand her power, and she returned barely alive. Her myths are full of passion, betrayal, and magic. Also, Utu, the sun god, Nana, the moon god, Ninhursag, the goddess of earth and fertility. They all lived in the heavens but descended to earth. They all had their temples, their priests, their rituals. But the most fascinating part of Sumerian cosmology is their understanding of the universe. They believe that the Earth is a disk floating in the primordial ocean, Abzu. Above the earth is a heavenly dome supported by pillars. Below the earth is the underworld, Kur, where souls go after the end of physical life. And below Kur is another ocean, the primordial water from which everything originated. But there is something in Sumerian cosmology that does not fit this simple picture. On clay tablets are images of the planetary system. The sun at the center. Around it, planets. And not 9, but 12. Those known to us: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. And another planet, which the Sumerians called Nibiru, the crossing planet. It moves in a highly elongated elliptical orbit and approaches Earth every 3,600 years. In the 1970s, Swiss writer Zecharia Sitchin published The 12th Planet. In it, he claimed that the Sumerians knew of Nibiru's existence, that the Anunnaki lived there, and that they came to Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago. Sitchin was criticized. Academic scientists called his theories pseudoscience. But the question could not be dismissed, because in 2016, astronomers Michael Brown and Konstantin Batygin from the California Institute of Technology announced that they had found evidence of a 9th planet in the solar system, an object 10 times the mass of Earth, orbiting the Sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years. It has not yet been seen through a telescope, but its existence explains the strange orbits of other objects. Coincidence? Or did the Sumerians know what we are only beginning to discover? The Anunnaki are not just gods. They are visitors. They came from Nibiru. They descended to Earth, created humans, built cities, taught crafts. They were tall beings with long faces, large eyes, and possibly light skin. They wore strange headdresses that resembled helmets. On Sumerian cylinder seals are images that modern researchers interpret as winged discs, flying craft, even drawings of DNA. Skeptics say these are just myths, that the Sumerians, like all ancient peoples, worshipped the forces of nature, that the Anunnaki are allegories, that Nibiru is not a planet, but a symbolic designation for Jupiter. But then why are their descriptions so precise? Why did they know that the Earth is round? Why did they know that a year lasts 365.25 days? Why did they know about precession, the slow wobble of the Earth's axis, which we only discovered in the 2nd century BCE? Sumerian knowledge does not fit the evolutionary picture of human development. It looks as if someone taught them. In 1900, near the Sumerian city of Nippur, archaeologists found a tablet depicting a star catalog. It showed stars invisible to the naked eye. It showed objects that modern telescopes only discovered in the 20th century. How did the Sumerians know about them? Without telescopes, without satellites. The Sumerians knew that the planets have different colors. Venus is blue, Mars is red, Jupiter is orange. They knew that Saturn has rings. They depicted them. How could they know this without a telescope? A question that has troubled historians for over 100 years. The Sumerians created a number system based on 60. From them we inherited 60 minutes in an hour and 360 degrees in a circle. But why 60? Because, as Sitchin claimed, 60 is the number of the Anunnaki, their number. They passed it to humanity. Modern scholars believe the Sumerians simply chose 60 because it is convenient for division. But then why does their mathematics feature enormous numbers unnecessary for daily life? For example, the number 432,000 appears constantly in Sumerian texts. Later, it appears in the Indian Vedas, and from there into Buddhist cosmology. How long does Kali Yuga last? 432,000 years. How long is a day of Brahma? 4,320,000,000 years. Coincidence or a shared legacy? The Sumerians believed that the Earth was formed by the collision of a giant celestial body with another planet. This hypothesis was only proposed by astronomers in the 20th century. It is called the giant impact hypothesis. According to it, the Moon formed from debris after an object the size of Mars struck Earth. The Sumerians knew this. They described this catastrophe in the myth of Tiamat. Tiamat was the goddess of salt water who went to battle against Marduk, the god of Jupiter. Marduk split her in two. From one half, he created the sky, from the other, the earth. An allusion to the collision that created Earth and the Moon. Marduk is not only a god, he is the planet Nibiru. When Nibiru approaches Earth, its gravity causes cataclysms, floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. The Sumerians knew this. They associated the arrival of Nibiru with the turning of ages, the fall of dynasties, the collapse of civilizations. In the Sumerian epic of Gilgamesh, there is a story of a great flood. Enlil decided to destroy humanity. But Enki warned the righteous king Ziusudra, the Sumerian Noah, and told him to build an ark. After the flood, Ziusudra offered sacrifices to the gods. Enlil, seeing that not all humans had perished, was furious. But Enki persuaded him not to kill the survivors. This myth is repeated almost verbatim in the Bible. Coincidence? Or a common source? The Sumerians believed that after the end of physical life, the soul goes to the underworld, Kur. There is no light, no joy, no hope. There, they drink muddy water and eat clay. There is no judgment, no reward, no punishment. All souls, both bad and good, go to the same place. The Sumerians knew no heaven, knew no hell. They only knew shadow. Kur is not just a place. It is a cosmological structure. Beneath the earth, beneath the ocean. A subterranean river flows through Kur. To cross it, a soul needs a guide. This guide was Ereshkigal, the goddess of the underworld. She was Inanna's sister. When Inanna descended into Kur to expand her power, Ereshkigal killed her and hung her on a hook. Only the intervention of other gods revived Inanna. But she could not return from Kur until she found someone to take her place. This is a myth about cycles of death and rebirth, about the changing of seasons, about the departure and return of life. In Sumerian cosmology, there is another important element, the house. Not a human house, not a god's house. The house was the center of the world. The city of Nippur was considered the house of the earth. There, the god Enlil lived. There stood the temple Ekur, house of the mountain. A mountain connecting heaven and earth, like Mount Meru in Hinduism, like the world tree in Norse mythology. The Sumerians built their temples on platforms. The higher, the closer to the gods. These platforms were called ziggurats. The Tower of Babel was also a ziggurat, a stepped mountain, a stairway to heaven. The Sumerians knew that the universe has not only a spatial but also a temporal structure. Time is cyclical. History repeats. Each cycle, 3,600 years, a sar, coincides with the return of Nibiru. During these periods, great events occur. The birth of prophets, the fall of empires, shifts in consciousness. We are living at the end of another cycle. Do not believe it? Look at the world. Chaos, wars, climate change, a rise in spirituality, all signs of transition. The Sumerians were not the first, they were the first to write. The knowledge they possessed could not have been discovered in just a few hundred years. It would have taken millennia of observation. Where did it come from? Perhaps from the Anunnaki, perhaps from an older civilization whose traces we have not found, perhaps from those who lived before the flood and whose knowledge was partially preserved. In 1849, British archaeologist Austen Henry Layard excavated the library of Ashurbanipal in Nineveh. There were thousands of tablets. Many have not yet been translated. Many may contain answers to questions we have not yet learned to ask. In 1974, Italian archaeologist Paolo Mathieu discovered over 20,000 clay tablets in Ebla, modern-day Syria. They were written in Sumerian and Ablaite. Some texts repeat biblical stories. Some repeat Sumerian myths. Some are unique. The Ebla archive awaits its researcher. We live in an era where technology allows us to look into the past. Satellites, LiDAR, artificial intelligence help discover ancient cities underground and underwater. But the greatest discoveries are still ahead. Every year, archaeologists find new tablets. Every year, new texts are deciphered. And every time, it turns out the Sumerians knew more than we assumed. I do not know if the Anunnaki were real beings. I do not know if Nibiru exists. I do not know if the Sumerians possessed knowledge transmitted from space. But I know that their cosmology astonishes. It is more complex, more precise, and deeper than one would expect from a Bronze Age people. And that compels us to ask questions. And questions are the beginning of wisdom. And that is all for today. This was Dreamweaver Mystics. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I read the comments. And write, what do you think about the Sumerians? Do you believe in the Anunnaki? Do we have a chance to learn the truth about Nibiru? I read everything. And remember, perhaps the truth is written on clay tablets. We just have not yet learned to read them, or do not want to. Until next time.